Have you ever wondered why some people find peace and freedom as they age, while others feel stuck and drained in their relationships? Backhand index pointing right, the truth is, growing old with a partner isn't always the blessing people make it out to be. In fact, for many, it becomes a slow and silent poison, draining their energy, limiting their choices, and making their later years more stressful than they need to be. If you've ever felt like maintaining a relationship at this stage of life takes more than it gives, you're not alone. In this video, we're diving into 5 eye-opening reasons why having a partner in old age can actually make life harder, not easier. And here's the kicker. Understanding these reasons doesn't mean you should avoid companionship altogether. It's about being wise enough to see the full picture and make decisions that genuinely serve your happiness. Lightbulbs, stay with me until the end, because what we're about to discuss might completely change the way you see relationships in your later years. As you get older, your tolerance for stress naturally decreases, but relationships, they still demand constant compromise. When you're young, adjusting your habits and preferences to keep the peace seems natural. But as you age, those small sacrifices pile up, turning what was once a loving partnership into a series of frustrating compromises. Take Robert, a 74-year-old man who spent decades adjusting to his wife's needs. All he wants now is to enjoy his mornings in silence, but his wife insists on blasting the TV as soon as she wakes up. It seems small, but over time, these little clashes drain emotional energy and steal peace of mind. Backhand index pointing right, the harsh truth? A relationship that drains you emotionally is no longer serving you. At this stage in life, your peace of mind should be your top priority. Yet many people remain in relationships out of habit, not happiness. Magnifying glass tilted right, the fix. Stop feeling obligated to sacrifice your happiness for the sake of maintaining peace. Sometimes walking away from constant compromise is the smartest and most freeing choice you can make. One of the greatest gifts of aging is the freedom to live life on your own terms. After decades of raising kids, working hard, and managing responsibilities. But here's the problem. Being in a relationship means your choices are still tied to someone else's needs, habits, and expectations. Frank, a 78-year-old man, realized this after his wife passed away. For the first time, he woke up with no obligations, no schedules dictated by someone else's needs, and discovered a sense of freedom he had unknowingly craved his whole life. Even in happy relationships, you're expected to check in, adjust plans, and compromise. You may not even realize how much of your independence has been lost until you experience true freedom. Magnifying glass tilted right, the fix. Reclaim your independence. You've earned the right to make choices based on your happiness, not someone else's expectations. People imagine growing old with a partner as a source of comfort, but what they don't consider is the toll of becoming a caregiver. James, 77, had been married for over 50 years when his wife's health declined. At first he managed, helping with medications and doctor visits, but over time, it consumed his life. His health began to deteriorate, and the stress of caregiving became overwhelming. Backhand index pointing right, studies show that elderly caregivers face higher rates of depression, anxiety, and even physical illness. The sad truth? By the time one partner passes away, the surviving partner is often left in worse health than if they had remained single. Magnifying glass tilted right, the fix. It's not selfish to prioritize your own health and well-being. You can love someone without sacrificing yourself in the process. Relationships in old age aren't just emotionally taxing. They can be financially draining too. Robert, an 80-year-old widower, lived comfortably on his savings until he entered a new relationship. Suddenly, he was paying for shared expenses, medical bills, and even helping his partner's adult children. Before he knew it, he was dipping into his savings and feeling trapped. Backhand index pointing right, financial strain creates resentment and stress, And that's not what your golden years should feel like. Magnifying glass tilted right the fix. Protect your financial independence. Be clear about financial boundaries and avoid falling into the trap of supporting someone else at the cost of your own stability. When you've been with someone for decades, your thoughts, opinions, and habits blend together. Over time, you lose touch with who you really are. After his wife passed, Frank realized how much of his identity had been shaped by compromise. Now, for the first time, he was rediscovering his own preferences, what he liked to eat, how he wanted to spend his time, and even what shows he enjoyed watching. Backhand index pointing right independence isn't just about being alone. It's about reclaiming your identity and decision-making power. Magnifying glass tilted right the fix. Spend time reconnecting with yourself. Discover who you are outside of the relationship dynamic. And embrace the freedom to make decisions purely for your own happiness. Growing older should be about freedom, not stress. The idea that companionship equals happiness isn't always true, especially if that companionship comes with obligations, conflicts, and emotional exhaustion. Backhand index pointing right, take a moment to reflect. Are you staying in a relationship because it genuinely brings you joy, or out of habit, guilt, or fear? Is your relationship giving you more peace, or stealing it from you? Your later years should be a time of peace and fulfillment, not stress and sacrifice. Sometimes, the smartest decision is to walk away from what no longer serves you. Speech balloon comment below with #freedom if this message resonated with you, and if you're ready to reclaim your peace of mind. Thumbs up, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a video designed to inform and empower you. I see you in the next one.